Welcome, students, to my English class. Today we are going to recapitulate chapter number 14 from our main course book, The Last Bargain, by Rabindranath Tagore. So, Rabindranath Tagore was born on 7th May 1861 and he died in the year of 1941, 7th August. Subsequent Gurudev was a Bengali polymath who reshaped the region's literature, music, and culture. He enhanced the culture of Bengal. He was the author of Gitanjali and its profoundly sensitive and fresh and beautiful verse, which won him the Nobel Prize in the year 1930 in the genre of literature. He had a great personality with floating hairs and his attire. He was elegantly referred as Gurudev. Tagore introduced new prose and verse forms and other use of colloquial languages into Bengali literature, thereby freeing it from traditional models based on classical Sanskrit. So he used to use the common man's language. That is why his writings were more appealing to the common sector of the society. He freed the Bengali literature from classical Sanskrit. Moving on to the poem, The Last Bargain. Come and hire me, I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with the shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. He weighed his coin one by one, but I turned away. It was evening, the garden hedge was all aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. The sun glistened on the sand, and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me, and said, I hire you with nothing. From thenceforward, the bargain struck in the child's play made me a free man. So, this is your poem, The Last Bargain by Rabindranath Tagore. Now, we will go to a detailed recapitulation of the poem. So, let's proceed. The Last Bargain is a poem describing a story of a man who is in search of a job. So, what does he do? He wants a job and he was wandering in the streets when he met the king of the place. He receives beautiful offers from the rich, the powerful, and the beautiful, but he turns down all the offers and finally accepts the offer of a child, which is his last bargain. So the speaker at first is offered a job by the king of the place in the early morning. The king possesses more power than wealth. So he is very powerful, a king of a state. Thus the king offers him power in return of his service. But the speaker thinks that his powers is not much worth. It is not much worth it. He may fade soon. So he refuses to accept the king's offer. So he rejects, he denies the offer of the king because he is not at all power hungry. He gets the second offer from a rich man in the middle of the day. So the rich man offers him what? Offers him a bag full of gold. Gold and wealth did not attract the speaker again, so he denied his offer. What does he feel? He feels that money will be spent soon and cannot buy eternal happiness because for him materialistic values do not hold any meaning. Thus, he refuses this offer too. Okay? So, first he rejects the offer of the powerful king because he is not at all power hungry. He does not earn for power. Secondly, he turns down the offer of the rich man because he is not eager to have materialistic wealth. So he turns down and refuses his offer. Now, from the morning, then noon, then comes the evening. So, evening there was natural beauty and flowers all around. So, there was a beautiful and pretty girl who offers him smile in return for his service. The speaker feels that her happiness was sorrowful in disguise. It was not actual happiness, it was an artificial and superficial one. Thus, he did not find it also suitable for him. So he turned down this offer too. So this was the third refusal which he made on the day. First, in the morning, he refused the king. Second, he refused the offer of the rich man in the midday. And now, thirdly, he denied the offer of the beautiful girl in the evening. Ultimately, while walking, he reaches the beach, seashore, where he finds the innocent child, a little boy, playing with seashells. He plays there with him. The child says that he can pay nothing in return for the labor of the speaker. So, because he is playing with the speaker, the poet is told by the little boy that he cannot pay him in return for his play. The speaker accepts its offer. He feels that while playing with the child, he will not lose his freedom. He will be a complete free man. He will still be a free man and will receive everlasting happiness playing with the innocent child. This was the last bargain made. The speaker accepted as he was not to compromise his freedom. So he was not at all ready to sacrifice his freedom. That is why he had turned down the three offers which were made to him earlier that day. And he found the innocent child's offer and accepted it because he did not had to lose his freedom or identity. So, for conclusion, we can state that for real and everlasting happiness, we do not need power, money, or beauty. Freedom and innocence can make a person's life happy and contented. So, freedom and innocence is the only thing with which a person can be happy. Neither power, nor money, nor beauty could, could be bargained in exchange of real and everlasting happiness. So, children, I hope you have understood the lesson we have recapitulated. Go through the poem, and if you have any doubts, do ask me in the live class. So, this much for today. Thank you and have a great day ahead.